Hello AIESECers on YouTube, welcome to my little demo trailer version of the virtual LCP training software game. Now I've done a sort of let's play, but it's pretty long. It's about 2 hours total for this demo. It's not normally that long to play the game, but I was explaining a lot. So for people who don't really want to watch 2 hours worth, I'm just going to do a quick overview of different areas of the game in hopefully a very short video. So this is a game that's meant to be fun, help train members, show them what it's like to be an LCP, all the different choices that have to be made, financial, strategic choices, how you're going to use your resources to best train your members. And it's done so in the setting of AIESEC Oxford, which is a small local committee in AIESEC UK, and you don't have to know a lot about or really anything about AIESEC Oxford to play the game. It's really just very superficial, the Oxford influence. As you'll see, it's just the names of colleges, things like that. The important thing is to know that it's a very small local committee, so you're going to have few members, about maximum of 15, and not much money. And that's the challenge. You've got to achieve great exchange results with very little member resources and financial resources. Okay, so for each term, there's 3 terms in the academic year. I think that's common for most universities. The first term is called midterm, mission every term, and this one is to promote 2 sub-team leaders, which will be maybe a team within ICX or OGX. So you want at least 2. And in practical terms, that means recruiting at least 10 members and training them up to a state where they're going to be capable of being leaders and wanting to. So I hope you can see this. The quality isn't that good of the video recording software I'm using. It's free, but it helps if you put the video to maximum size. I'll also have a download link, I think. Okay, so let's just show you the different areas. We start in talent management, and we have a VPTM who does a statistics report for us, and if we want it filled in, well, we have to ask her to do it. And VPTMs will also do a project such as creating a new session for you, or working on their own skills, or doing late recruitment, and you have to ask them to do that, and the time taken will be maybe 5 or 10 days. So you have to make strategic choices about how you're going to use your VPTM's time to help the LC. So let's see our members. If we click on this, we actually get text alerts, and that tells us when we have new members, when there's a member quitting, hopefully not, or when we have a raise. So we have 3 members in REB. We have a VP ICX, a VP VPTM, and a VP OGX. And here you can actually contact the VP directly. We have a drop-down menu. There are all these ways you can interact with your Vice President. You can summon them to a mentoring meeting, which is actually quite important to do, because then you get to see all their skills. And you can do various ways of interaction. You can demand a statistics report, activity report, ask them for names of VPs that you can build the MC for, business plan ideas, and ways of encouraging them and pleased with your progress. Ask them how they're coping, things like that, and ask to resign, but you don't really want to use that one. Okay, and this shows the various skills that they have. Motivation, that's very important. An unmotivated VP is going to demotivate the members of that team. And essentially these are skills that are pretty important to the game. IT skills, presentation skills, teamwork skills, problem solving, and leadership skills. They come from I chose them from the fast track booklet that AIESEC UK does or used to do. Now in the next term, Hillary term, the global competency model will have more of an important role. You'll get to see the 5 competencies and how each members are doing. And it's probable that this is actually going to be backtracked to this term. I was worried that so much information here would be a bit confusing, and having another panel saying global mindset, proactive learning, that's going to confuse people even more, but I think it might be backtracked, might come into this term as well. We'll see. So, okay, that's the member function, and there's also a function for meeting plans, but as you can see we cannot use that now because we're still in recruitment week. But later on in the game you will be able to plan the agenda for your local committee meetings. Right, so we also have another way of interacting with members. We have an email inbox. You'll receive about maybe 4 emails a day. Some of them will be from, this is from the Oxford University Student Union, giving you important information about how best to recruit members through Freshers' Fair, through posters. You'll also get messages from the MC. Here is one from the MC VPTM talking about the conferences this term, and you can interact with them by pressing reply and send various messages here. And there's Daniel, he's the MCP, and yes, you can ask for help to the MC, and they'll advise you on which area the weakest in your LC and what you can do to advance. And you'll also receive messages from your VPs, and again you can interact with them through the reply function here. So that's the email section. We have a calendar to show the different dates of the term that are going to be important. Local committee meetings every Tuesday. Week 1 is recruitment. Week 3 we get the first conference. Right, so let's quickly see incoming exchange. This is the section that Girl Sam, the VP ICX, is in charge of. This shows you how many points you are to the next raise. When that gets to 30, providing the VP ICX has had sales meetings with companies, you will get a raise then. And the match thing is similar. And this is a statistics report talking about how the company leads are progressing, right from the beginning, a lead is found, all the way to realised. And if you want her to keep you updated, you have to ask. You can also ask to find out what the ICX team has been doing, the various activities they can do, like sales meetings, Chamber of Commerce, researching, and you can also, can't do it here because it's still recruitment at the moment, but you could actually suggest a new activity to Girl Sam and see if she might take your suggestion on board or she might not. But it's a way to influence what's going on. And yes, these show you how many TNs you've got. At the moment we have one that's matched. You can see it there. OGX is absolutely identical, only it's OGX raise points, statistics, activity, and you can see here we have a raise DP, we have a match DP, and we have 2 realised DPs. So we've seen the email, phone, incoming exchange, OGX, talent management, and here's the LCP section. Now we have ways of contacting the MC without having to have an email from them. We have a task list telling us what are the important things, absolutely vital things that have to be done in the game. These are mostly recruitment ones: buy a store for Freshers' Fair, assign shifts, buy posters to advertise the orientation day, and submit the business plan to Daniel, the MCP. And when you've done one, you can delete it from the list. When another task is vital, such as say it's time to submit trackers, it will appear on this. This is the section for bank statements. This tells you all of your incomes and outgoings. It will be updated immediately as soon as there's an expense or an income. Income such as say a realisation fee, or an expense, how much you're paying for Freshers' Fair. Here we have the business plan that you submit to the MCP. Now it's not absolutely vital for the game, but if you want to stay with good books, if you want to gain an award at the end, which is how this game actually judges your progress, you have to do this. So you'll ask your various VPs, what do they think? These ones are for talent management, how many members, how many sub-team leaders, how many for election, how many fast-track booklets submitted, the various figures they want at each term, first term, second term, third term. Here are ICX questions, OGX questions, and lastly one just for you, LCP, how much money do you want at the end of each term? So this is how you plan how you're going to operate the LC for the academic year. You can save it and then submit it. The tracker is sort of very similar. It's not due yet, but it will be due Friday, week 4 of Michaelmas term. And you send this to Daniel about how well you've done so far, how many mentor meetings, conference, delegates, number of team members, executive board, team leaders. You have one for incoming exchange and outgoing exchange. And you can find out this data by asking your VPs to send statistics reports. So it's very important for the local committee president to remain fully informed about what all the VPs are doing. That's true in life, and it's true in this game. In cash books, you can fill this out just by looking at the bank statement, how much you're spending for each general type of expense: conference places, freshers fair, posters, realisation reward. Right, it's pretty simple. National chart, this is just to look at. It gets updated every half term, and it tells you how your local committee is doing in the OGX national chart against all these other local committees. Now at the moment, it's not been done yet. It only gets done in week 4, so it's critical. But it's quite interesting to see, and if you're shooting for the awards, you'll want to get at least top 5 in TM by the end of the term probably, and top 10 for ICX and OGX, and by the end of the year you'll want to be top completely. Now here we can see this is a little bit of information about AIESEC Oxford generally. It'll tell you it's a small society, that's its strength. Weakness though, members have a heavy Oxford workload, so it's going to be difficult to motivate them. Every week they'll lose motivation because of their workload, so you have to make sure that there's an overall positive gain in motivation. And you'll see what I mean if you actually watch the Let's Play where I struggle to stop my members from quitting. Right, so here we can see this is the resources, what we've got, and click on here we have absolutely nothing. We have 0 posters, so if we want stuff we have to buy it. And here is the shop. We can buy custom designed recruitment posters from the MC, £5 per poster. We can add that to our bill, and we can also choose to buy from the student union tables, stalls for freshers fair. And when we click on here, we've paid. And then we will go to resources, and we'll find we have 8 posters to stick up, so we can just stick them here. Yep. And we will also see that we have a table, 3 tables, and we have shifts to assign to our VPs. And it's important that you make sure that you pick the best people for the slots. So you don't really want someone who's weak at presentation skills having more shifts than the others, unless that's actually a strategy to improve their skills. So there's sort of a trade-off there, there's opportunity cost in this game. That's a very big important factor. Okay, I think that's generally it. So if I carry on much longer it'll become another Let's Play. You click here for next day, and oh yes, the awards I should say. This game is judged by various awards. Best Local Committee, that would be a great one to aim for. That's for the local committee which performs strongest in all categories combined. Best ICX, Best OGX, Best TM, Best Member, the one who individually improves the most. Best Sustainable LC, that's when it's important to do your business plan and tracker and everything, to be responsible. And there might be a few more, oh yes, there it is, Best LC Culture. There may be a few more awards added, because this is just a demo version. We'll see. So that's essentially what the software is like. This is a demo version of the first term. In the second term there will be things like organising a conference. You'll have to also motivate your members to want to stand for election. Most members will maybe have something that worries them, that means they're a bit hesitant, and it's your job to coach them, to make them ready to stand for election, and then you get to pick who will get each post. And of course that's where the competency model will come in. You'll get to encourage, make them develop various traits of all the 5 competencies. And in the final term, that will mostly be helping the VPOGX with matching and realising EPs before the deadline, and also transition. That's when you'll want to make sure your EB-elect will have as many competency traits as possible. And the better you do, the more chance you have of winning the awards like Best LC, Best Sustainable one, and things like that. So, I hope you enjoyed this, hopefully very quick, or not so quick, it's 15 minutes I think, little tour of the software. Looking for testers, looking for anyone who has any opinion on how it goes. And if you want to see more, go watch the Let's Play, which should be on this channel as well. So thank you very much. Bye bye.